Whoa, man, look at this. I saw this the other day. I was like, I gotta do this. We got Lenin. We got Karl Marx. We got Engels, I think. Привет, привет. Ooh, look at that food. Shashlik. Oh my God, this is crazy. Pilmeni. Oh my God, I love pilmeni. Borscht. Not too familiar with that one. Salagna. I guess that's Russian salad. Moskova. Marx. Karl Marx and Engels and Vladimir Lenin. Let's do Russian dolls. Beluga. Wow, they got the big one too. The cookies. Wow, this is very interesting. Very cool. The first man to orbit the Earth, Gagarin.
It's fermented, but it's still classified as
Soviets. My dream come true, man. Look at that. An ice cold bottle of Beluga Transatlantic. We got pilmeni, drug. We got stuffed cabbage. Crazy stuff behind me from the USSR. This is amazing.
Their shirts actually say the USSR as well.
I got my China shirt on. This is really authentic, so it's got a cool story.
They're good.
Привет, советские друзья. Хорошо. Look at this glass. That's incredible. All right, so the Soviet Union was big friends with Vietnam, especially after the Sino-Soviet split, where China broke away from Soviet Union's influence. So the biggest supporter of Vietnam for a long time was the Soviet Union. So they had lots of economic partnerships. We actually met this guy in Hanoi that was really cool. He worked on the Soviet ships. He lived all over the world in Vladivostok.
He was Vietnamese.
He was Vietnamese, yes. He lived in Vladivostok and he lived in Kaliningrad, which is near Poland. He was a really cool guy in Hanoi we met. And this place also has an interesting story. And I'm going to start in a second. This place has been open since 2005. And the woman was living in Soviet Ukraine, Kiev.
Okay.
And the Vietnamese man, cheers, traveled there for university. So they met and got married, and she moved here and opened this restaurant. And I was also learning about this guy that was the first Asian man, the first Vietnamese man in space recently.
Here we are.
He went up there with the Soviet Union, a Vietnamese man, Pham something.
Thank you to the USSR.
They got some great stories, man, especially space technology, man. USSR was really dope on space technology. And from our time of 8 months living in Armansky, Gruzia, Armenia, and Georgia, we lived in former Soviet territory. It's 2022. Хорошо.
I have an interesting statement. Although you might see a lot of Russians and Kazakhs in different places, they're not in this restaurant, which is quite strange.
We need some bread for that.
But don't you agree that it's quite strange there's no Russians in this except one? But
I don't know, maybe.
anyways, because everybody says
it's cool because
that's really good. My name is very good, but you also should have the sauce. It's so good. It's
we got the Russian dumplings, pilmeni. So I obviously have a lot of experience with Russian people and.
Oh my God!
I
don't mean that.
Many countries.
I was looking at the beluga and I thought that. Sorry for it. It's so good, right?
Dranikis are Jewish.
Yeah, I was just gonna. What? I was just about to ask you.
All right. You wanted to drink. So this is like cool because it preserves a country that existed from 1917 to 1991 that is no longer an entity. But that country was an empire that involved lots of cultures and peoples of lots of different things, and really interesting.
Salma.
The main thing that country did was they won the Eastern Front of World War II. God damn it! One of the craziest fucking situations in the history of Earth. Stalingrad, Kaliningrad, all these fucking places. Leningrad. It was the worst warfare in all of Earth.
And lots of people
History.
say
And lots of people,
they prefer
lots of people in Soviet countries prefer
the
those times.
Soviet Union. Because
Despite
everybody
everything.
had work, everybody had food, the bread was a normal price. Now the bread's too expensive. I
All right,
can't even.
Shalom.
No.
L'chaim. So this
Oh my god, that sama is so good.
potato pancake is a
Latke is the Jewish term.
Jewish pancake called a latke
So,
also.
why would they have that in Russia?
I'm about to explain that. So, the former Soviet Union countries
Yes.
in the Russian Empire had one of the largest Jewish populations on earth.
And they were okay with that?
No, they had many problems where they got, killed and a bunch of stuff. So this is why around 40% of the nation of Israel has Russian or Soviet ancestry. So about 40% of people in the nation of Israel speak Russian because they were forced out of their homelands and this and that. They left.
Were they
And
killed?
yeah, a lot of people were killed.
How many are they killed compared to other people?
They were killed a lot. Well, the Germans called
They're very good.
the Bolsheviks.
They're very good.
Basically,
All of
they
this is very
killed
good.
anyone. They thought everyone was Jewish in the Soviet Union, so they just started killing everyone. It was called the Holocaust of Bullets. You know about that history?
Well, no, Ray, let's hear it.
It was
It's
called
too
the
long for the
Holocaust
video.
of Bullets, where
He likes history. I'm
Germans
so sorry.
came in and just killed
Maybe-
like everybody. But anyways,
Oh, he
the
brought
main
me.
thing was
He's eating that caviar.
The main
bread. We
thing
got-
was-
Sorry. I'm putting more
you're
for the
distracting
bread.
me a lot.
But you love
40%
me.
of the nation of Israel today speaks Russian
That's true. My
because
students do.
of their Soviet ancestry, because the Soviet Union was once one of the homes of the most Jewish people on earth.
So, in another world, could they have been a part of the Soviet Union?
Good question. The Soviet Union, actually, Joseph Stalin himself wanted to
Stalin
create.
ain't
Joseph Stalin himself
You
wanted
didn't hit me up.
to create a homeland for Jewish people, and they created a state over in the eastern Siberia near Vladivostok.
I have another question.
That was a Jewish-only state,
Okay.
oblast.
Blocks. Isn't
And
that?
it didn't end up working out, and blah blah blah, whatever.
Isn't that Ukraine now? Never mind.
No, that's actually near China.
Okay.
That's where I
so,
bought my China shirt. I'm
I have another question.
Korosho. Yes. What's the other question?
I forgot, but what? I don't know. Oh, she's so beautiful with her tight outfit.
History in the making, right here,
I'm
man.
going to sleep after this. I don't
Know what the world would be like.
I wanna
Let's talk
know
about what the world would be like.
Be like if
Would-
the USSR was still here.
I'm not talking about that. All right.
Ah.
What would the world would be like? The world would be destroyed completely. A nuclear Holocaust, Armageddon. 1969 Cuban Missile Crisis. 1980s, the
Don't say
space
that.
wars. What the world would be like would be a whole different situation than all you motherfuckers can think about right
But
now.
it would be man in
Most
the High
people would be
Castle.
dead. Everybody would be destroyed. It would be a
Why do you
wasteland
think
of
that?
destruction.
But why do you think that?
Why do I think that? Because everybody wanted that.
Oh, we're just having some video.
And
Hello.
now
Great.
we don't have that.
Great,
And
we
we're
have a
happy.
nice
Come on.
sunshine. We have an
I'm very
elderly
happy.
lady.
I'm very happy that didn't happen.
I
So
know,
that's
but
why we're
there's
drinking and
nice
having a good
elderly
life right now.
woman.
Alright, this is one of the world's greatest things. I think this was influenced by Central Asian culture
I
to the
think-
Soviet Union.
Yeah, like Turkey and all that. But it's this thing that you will get
Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan,
You will get
Tajikistan, that kind of thing.
a lot in Armenia or various regions,
Yeah.
and it's barbecue.
Oh my God.
And when you order it, it's the most barbecue you've ever had in your life, right? This one is small, but it's normally super big.
I
This
can't
is
wait to
not
travel
caviar.
to Russia.
This
Just
is not
get
caviar,
your
it's
act
fish.
together, Russia, in the next couple fucking years, and I'll fucking go there.
Yeah, I want to go there. I love
Let's go.
Bakalooka.
All right.
Let's go. It's so
I got lots
beautiful.
of friends there.
It's
Korosho.
fishy.
I don't want to be arrested for any reason.
So,
I'm a lover, not a hater.
I have a question. What do you think the
Wait, I'm
benefits?
taking a shot of vodka.
What
Get
do
me
you
to drive?
think the benefits of the Soviet Union were? If you're talking to people like Roman and all those other, wait.
I'll tell you the benefits of the Soviet Union.
But if you're talking to people like Roman and other people that have lived in the Soviet Union, not your own opinion,
I'll tell you.
I think they have good jobs. They had everything they needed.
No. Oh, that caviar is good.
It's not caviar, it's fish eggs,
All right.
but that's okay.
You look at the history and the
Yes.
culture of the places of the Soviet Union. It was a war-like,
Okay, but
horrible situation for almost everybody. Think about it. You lived in the cold. You were a peasant. You were a farmer.
where,
You got
where are
sent
you
to
going
war.
with it?
You had World War One, World War Two. Before that, you had war with Japanese.
But they always had a
You
good
had all
life.
these crazy situations. People were dying all over the place. Their whole families killed. The Soviet Union brought stability to
I
people
agree.
that lived in a mad world. That's
And
what it
they had
was.
a good time. I did.
So,
but we're
like,
asking a
they're
common
like,
question.
well, you know, okay, like my grandparents and my great-grandparents and like 10 of my fucking family members for the last 300 years went through horrible shit. Like, everybody's dying, everybody's killed. We live on farms. We're screwed over by the Russian Empire. The Western world doesn't like us. In
Oh.
World War One, Rasputin and all that shit.
Why do you think people that are maybe younger want to despise?
So that's why the Soviet Union worked.
Why
It
do you
gave them
think the
stability.
people that are younger don't
Gave
want to be
them
a part of the
stability.
Soviet Union?
Gave them stability. But
Because most people think it's better.
then you didn't have a choice of what you thought in the Soviet Union. Well, so that was a whole nother problem. People got put in the gulags, and you had to serve in the military, and you had to have a bunch of,
You don't have to regardless.
you had to die for your country and all these crazy
But
things.
they will.
So like you didn't have a choice of what you were gonna do living in the Soviet Union.
But
Yeah.
you're
So-
saying that. But
But
today,
lots of people were happy.
the young kids in Russia, they still have to do the military. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's similar in a lot of former Soviet countries. Yeah,
But I think
a lot of people.
I've never met someone that
No.
says the Soviet Union was bad.
They remember-
I'm just saying it. I'm saying the truth. I haven't met
They
anyone.
remember lots of crazy things, and then after 1945,
I have a
everybody
thought.
wait. After 1945, the organization of the Soviet Union during World War II was like epic.
I
Like
have
they
a
were
very-
so proud of this.
I have a very
They marched
strong
on
comment.
Berlin. They took over Berlin. They took down Hitler. So that was a whole
I have a very
another
strong
thing.
comment.
I'm answering your question.
Okay.
No.
My strong comment.
1945 and after. So the Soviet Union was like, all right, we just like took down the like most powerful, craziest country on earth with some help
Wow.
with the USA and
But then
UK
why couldn't
and
they?
the Allies.
Why couldn't they just kill Hitler?
So
then?
after that, they were like, so we got some shit
Wait,
going on,
so
man.
why
we should be
didn't-
proud.
Wait, why didn't they want to
They killed
side
Hitler.
with Hitler?
Yeah.
Why didn't they side with him? What was the
He
motive?
invaded them. Hitler invaded. Yeah.
It's not my views are not the best, but
So think about the aura.
I know you can see a bigger picture.
Joseph
but-
Stalin, he sacrificed 2 million people to
So-
win this war.
We're going back. What has Stalin done that's the worst thing? Why do we hate Stalin?
But that's why the Soviet Union was so proud. That was your main question.
No,
I got no
it
other
was-
thing to
People
try.
tell me that the Soviet Union is better. Even Russian people, lots of people, Armenian, everyone says the Soviet Union is better. Why is it better, Ray?
A lot of people thought the Soviet Union
What do
times
you
were
know
better.
that people have said to you?
Yes.
These are things
People
that
have said
people
this to me.
have said it.
People have said this to me.
They don't go hungry.
So it was stability, one.
They can
Everybody
eat the
had a
caviar.
job.
Wait,
Two, everything was cheap. The guy told me
you can eat the
during-
caviar. It's
he
so
said
cheap.
during the Soviet Union you could get a beer for like I think 10 cents
You guys
USD.
are messing with the world. You guys don't understand.
Also, national pride. You know, they had a lot of pride in their nation.
Oh, we
They
got
had
America saying.
they had a lot of you know, groups and hold on. They had a lot of like sports groups and camps and, you know, things that they did as children. They went to sport camp as a youth, and they did a lot of like working out and exercise, and like made you proud of your country. And like they did a lot of good science. They had good universities. They had good architecture. They had good home situations where a lot of people
the
got
next
their.
question is, why do you think the Soviet
They
Union
got
was
they
bad?
they didn't have to pay rent. You don't have to pay rent.
What?
Yeah, you live in your own fucking house.
But now they do. Now they do. All right. So
You lived in your own commie blocks.
I mean,
There was no rent. Your health care was paid for.
So why is it bad?
Your life was
But you didn't
fine.
answer that. Why is it bad?
Well, if you did something wrong against the state, you would get
So
beat up, arrested, and
you
probably
know people-
killed and disappeared
But
forever.
do you
Yeah.
know people that has went through this? Yes, you do. Do you know people who have had a bad time?
No,
Yes.
I don't personally know.
What?
Maybe a little bit, but
What do you mean Roman? He also got beat up.
um,
But at the end of the day,
but at the end of the 70s and 80s of the Soviet
everybody
Union,
wants to be in the Soviet Union, so.
no, there was some problems. You know, there wasn't a
But
lot.
everybody still wants to be in it.
There wasn't a lot of food available. You had to stand in line. The
But
show.
they're standing
You had to
in
stand in.
line
You had to stand in line in bread
But
line.
now they're standing in the bread line.
They
still.
had no food on like the shelves of the grocery store. There was a lot of really poor people, and it was really like crazy.
But that's the same situation. So why do you think? Why do you think now people in Russia are still doing the same thing? Before,
They like the stability of the time.
no. But why are they standing in the bread line now and doing all these things? Yeah, they are. No, that's wrong. So why are they standing in the bread lines now? And the reason is because they are
Another thing was
sanctioned.
there was less corruption. So you know, in the Soviet Union,
We're
there
not
was
eating
no-
caviar.
there was no mafia that could work cleanly.
You think
No, not like now. There was no paying off the police. There was no corruption. There was no money flying around. Pay this person off. Pay this person off. We'll do this. And the Soviet Union had a strict policy. Yeah, if you got caught, fucking China. They just caught a bunch of people in China recently. They just executed all of them for not following the fucking rules. You just get your ass killed.
So let's just focus. What would be the benefits right now?
That was
In
it.
our day and age,
You're
of
done.
being in the
What?
Soviet Union.
I don't know what the benefits are of the Soviet. National pride, I guess.
National pride,
That's my main thing, I think.
but why do you like Russia?
Well, because
I think
they were
Russia-
taught to be the bad guys all the time in my entire life. Nobody taught me nothing about the place. I was trained to think these are the enemy, these are the bad guys, these are the this, these are the that. Don't trust them, don't hate them, blah blah blah.
I think
So my crazy mind was like, why is everyone telling me all these bad things about this country? I'm gonna do the opposite and like them, learn about them, learn the history, think about it, and do the opposite of what they tell me to do. That is why. Number one reason. Want to have a shot? Let's have a shot.
I don't know.